Hey everybody, this is your boy from Sorry I Didn't Come With a Filter podcast and Vasilis Didn't Come With a Filter YouTube channel. How's it going, everybody? It was a Halloween weekend. I hope everybody had a good weekend there. You know, it's just how it is. So, my week 8 predictions. So I'm now officially 6-2 on the fantasy picks season. Yes. Oh, and I got to see more. So my recap: Packers won on Thursday night, like I predicted, kind of thing. I was kind of going with the Cardinals, but whatever. I knew the Bills were going to win against the Dolphins. That was the upset for me. Was the Browns on the Steelers. I'll get into more on that. The Bengals versus Jets, that was kind of funny as hell. That was a good game though. Colts and Titans, that was a massive freaking win for the Titans. It was such a close game. And the Eagles, again, everybody's just running roughshod. You can collect your wins if you go and face Detroit Lions, apparently. My upset was the Bears on the 49ers. I thought the Bears could have done it, but they, came close, but they couldn't finish it. Titans ran up on the last bit of the entire game against the Rams yesterday, but the Rams pulled it out. Right on, Rams. Go Stafford. The Panthers, surprisingly to me, beat the Falcons. I thought for sure the Falcons were going to win. I just had that feeling because they were running so good. But then, whatever, it happens. You kind of trip up on one game. And then the Seahawks, well, they found their third victory of the season over the Jaguars. And again, another team you can beat up on, like the Dolphins and the Lions for some victories here. The Patriots and the Chargers it came down to only 3 points that separated them in the game, but the Patriots won. Buccaneers was an upset to me because the Saints won on that one. The Broncos beat the Washington team. I kind of had a funny feeling. The Cowboys and the Vikings was a very interesting game because it was just not, there was a couple of touchdowns and then they were kicking field goals, and now that was just, it was down to the wire on that one. So tonight's Monday Nighter, I'm picking the Chiefs over the Giants. So that's my call on that one. But to go back to the Steelers and the Bengals. No offense to the Bengals. I know the Bengals, they're a good team. It was just their off game. But with the Browns, what happened with the Browns? I could not tell you what happened with the Browns. Everybody says, does Baker Mayfield deserve most of the blame? Sure, why not? We can always blame the quarterback. But you can also blame the defense. You can also blame the offense. I think it was just simply miscommunications on their end. That was what I believe it happened. It was just a blip on that one. And I won money on my fantasy picks, so I'm happy. I'm 6-2 this season. I'm way better than the last few seasons. Let's just say that. But again, it was just, to me, I picked the Browns. I thought for sure the Browns would have done something. I don't know if it's Baker and his attitude or, the attitude just in that general locker room. Maybe it could be a lot of things. It could be many factors. But with that being said, it is a team sport. It's not an eye sport. It's a team sport. I couldn't tell you whether it was up or down on that front. It was a really hard game, I guess, for them to really try to pick up points. And, the Steelers came out showing why they're the Steelers. That's my take on the NFL. It was a few massive upsets, a few massive wins there. Everybody's somehow in the playoff push. I just don't really see it coming down to that right now. So I'm just going to leave it at that because we're going into week 9. I'll cover more come week 9, 10, and the last few weeks of the NFL. Now, to jump over to the NHL, Saturday's games, it was a disappointing for me. It was disappointing, but it is what it is. So, let's go through the recap of that. Islanders lost to the Predators. I thought the Islanders could have done it, but the Predators are now 4-4, so they're a 500 team. I just feel bad for the Canadiens. I hear Price might be coming back, so that might kind of rejuvenate the team a little more. They got their goalie back, but still, losing Shea Weber, your key defenseman, you get one back. Carey Price is a very big part of the Habs team. So is Weber, and it sucks that way. But he's broken down. He admitted it. He admitted it in the offseason. He's a broken down man. So the Kings beat the Habs. The Devils beat up on the Penguins, who I think Crosby's coming back. I'm not 100% sure. Again, I'm only hearing rumblings. The Jets lost to the Sharks, which is kind of surprising to me, but the Sharks are one of the surprise teams this year right now. The Panthers lost in a shootout, so they're still 8-0-1. So they're still undefeated. I don't really consider anything after the third period a real loss, so they're still up there. They lost to the Bruins. The Red Wings game versus the Maple Leafs, I swear to God, Maple Leaf fans, you are in for a ride this season. Your team is just dismal. It's just pathetic on how you guys squander leads. I know my team ain't doing any better, but still, you guys got all your players. You guys can do this. I just don't get it anymore. I just don't get it with this Maple Leaf team. I just don't get it anymore. And I don't think I have my other glasses with me. Nope, they're at home. Oh well, gotta wear these ones. Oh, I gotta clean them too. But that's just what it is. And for the Blackhawks right now, you guys got such a dark cloud over you with this whole thing with Kyle Beach, and it is a negative thing, and I think it's affecting the locker room a lot. And I don't expect Chicago at all this season to even come close to even making the playoffs. Let's just say that. It's a full-on hit restart kind of start for them. But the Blues beat them 1-0. That was a pretty tough game, I guess. I can't really see why it's 1-0, but it is what it is. The Wild lost to a team that should be a top cup contender, but they didn't do so well. They're 4-4, so they're a 500 team. But that can all shift and change soon. As November is now here, a lot of things can change. The Flames beat the Flyers. I still don't know how. Again, refs. The refereeing games. I'm going to straight up say this. The refs are really one-sided. It happened last year that we actually saw on the mic that refs try to fix games so other teams can win and get points. And it's not conducive of a good sports world, but it is how we all see it. Yesterday's games on Halloween, you got 8-0 Carolina Hurricanes. Everybody's saying this is a surprise. No, Carolina is a hell of a stacked team. They're a good team. And yes, they beat up on the Oats. Who gives a crap? Coyotes got 1 point this season. Just 1 point. You got the Canadiens who are now 2-8 this season, but the Ducks are a very young team. They're coming up, so they respect to the Ducks on that. The Sabres lost to the Kings. The Blue Jackets beat the Devils in a shootout, which was, I'm sorry, Laine and Voracek on that team, it just completes that team really well. And then the Rangers beat up on the Kraken. So, predictions tonight. I'm going to say Capitals over the Lightning, Senators over the Blackhawks, and the Kraken lose to the Oilers at home. That is my predictions for that. EPL has been kind of not been too kind for me lately, so I'm not really going to cover too much, as I say, but I'll probably try it out here. Leicester lost to Arsenal, who are starting to pick it up again. Burnley upsetted Brentford. Liverpool and Brighton tied 2-2. Man City lost to Crystal Palace. Hell yeah, thank God it happened. I'm extremely happy. Newcastle lost to Chelsea. That's not a surprise. My buddy's team wins. And Watford lost to Southampton. Southampton is a team that can upset you. But the biggest game for me on Saturday was the Man U Tottenham game. I thought Tottenham could have, beat my Man U, but there was an offside goal that got called back, which was good. Ronaldo picked it up in the first half, scores that first goal. Thank God, Ronaldo. I think the team is starting to realize that they can't be losing this often and to just general, some bad teams. I'm not saying Tottenham's a bad team. Hotspurs are freaking good. But last week, you lose to a crap teams or whatever. Yeah, it's an embarrassment. Norwich lost to Leeds, which I'm not surprised with because they're still at the bottom. Aston Villa and West Ham beat Tottenham, or Aston Villa. So, the way it looks, my team's they're in 5th, so they're not going to be dropping out of, they could possibly drop out of, but they need to start pushing a little harder. When I say, Norwich is at the bottom with Newcastle and Burnley and all of them. And Leeds and Watford, Aston Villa, Southampton, they're all down there. But Bradford is a surprise. Wolverhampton is going to kick some ass soon here, I can tell you that much. Now, jumping from that sports to the sports entertainment world, we do have a Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins holding a contract for Big E's, WWE World Title. And I don't know if that's going to be a great thing. I see AEW is going to have a streaming service just kind of like Raw. I just can't see how that is. Apparently, there's a Kevin Dunn story out here I'm just seeing on Wrestle Inc. So it is basically true. Wow. There was this rumor going around that, Kevin Dunn is an executive producer, and how he keeps his job is that his dad, long time ago, saved a bunch of videos from a burning vehicle for WWE, and now it is why Vince can't fire him. But he did fire somebody this year, Mark Carano, and yeah, it's just wow. So the man who is the executive producer of WWE is literally he is somebody you can't get fired. That's kind of sucks. Because honestly, you got so many other good wrestlers out, good people out there that could do this stuff, and this guy is just being I don't know. To me, he kind of ruined some WWE stuff because he's trying to push other agendas, and I just don't get that. But it is what it is. My pro wrestling take has been kind of iffy because, again, I'm just trying to understand what the hell is going on. Like, there is a lot of stuff flying around in the wrestling world, pro wrestling world right now. I did watch The Dark Side of the Ring. I finally watched the steroids trial, which was shocking to me because, it is what it is. It's not overly... I don't know. I liked it, but some of it was a little too... Like, I even watched the XPW one, too. And I was like, wow, there was a lot of stuff going on when wrestling just kind of messed up there, and it is what it is. I can't say any more to that. I have never really realized how bad wrestling has gotten over the years with their general crap, as I can call it, because now they're all just shooting for, whatever demo. Like, it's kind of... I've listened to a few, and they say it's kind of a cold stretch right now, where a lot of people are kind of... During the pandemic, the only thing was pro wrestling. Now you do have back the NFL. You got the World Series. You got the Braves and, the Astros going at it in the World Series. As I say, NFL. You got the NHL. You got the NBA. So you got a lot of other things that what audiences were watching during the pandemic are now shifting their momentum back to where they were originally, which was the sports world, not the sports entertainment world. So, pro wrestling has taken its major, major hits. And that's about, like, where I can sit on that front. It really sucks for this because, I'm a big wrestling fan, but again, like I said, I've kind of got tired of it. I've gotten just way out of the realm of trying to watch pro wrestling. I still watch all the old stuff on the WWE Network here and there. I'm just usually trying to keep myself with my sports right now because so much stuff is happening. Like today, the Canucks recalled Travis Hamonic back up to the main roster. Poor Jack Rathbone goes back down to the Abbotsford Canucks. You know what? The guy did his job. He did his job as well as he could. And I give him props for that. The kid was great. And I understand that we're going to, I hear Tyler Mott might be ready pretty soon here to start playing with the Canucks. So, there's going to be some more added speed with Justin Bailey being on the fourth line and him being on the fourth line. That's going to pick up. I still don't know about Sutter. I hear Sutter is still battling this whole COVID stuff after the after effects of COVID. I feel so bad for this guy. Like he had such a great year last year, and when they had to shut down for nearly a month and a half, that just killed me and killed them and killed all us fans here in Vancouver. It sucked. And then you try to force a team to go back and finish up. Might as well just have forfeited the entire season and said F you. But that's the way it goes on that front. It is how it works. So, as I am wrapping up my podcast a little early today, because I got other things to do today, I'm sorry. I will be my Tuesday crush heads of sports. I will give you my predictions on that. We got the Thursday nighter rolling up here. So that's... it is how I see the Colts versus, I don't remember who. Who was the Colts facing off on a Thursday night? I believe Week 9. I'm going to try to go. It's Colts versus Jets. Okay, so the Jets did pick up a massive victory over which team was it? I just covered it. Why am I not? Brain's dead today, people. I'm so sorry. Over the Bengals. So, and the Colts nearly upsetted the Titans. So I'm going to get into more on that tomorrow and Wednesday and where I see, because I hear Derrick Henry is injured right now, and that's a bad thing for them. And I don't like looking at that. So, again, if you like what you hear, please hit up me. Follow me on wherever you get your podcasts, like Apple, Spotify, and all of them, Google. I'm on every platform. I don't think Amazon, though. But I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and have a great Monday.